South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys.
Wow.
Wow, I took the alto on that one.
That was the best that we've had in quite some time.
We might have to send that to some radio stations. Get the jingle back out there.
Sometimes it's nice to hit it with a classic and just really actually try. With that, sometimes you go very baritone.
Yeah. You got to mix it up a little bit. But when you stick to the classics, you stick to the hits. You know, the Stones still play some of their hits. Yellow Submarine. You know, they.
It's not the Stones.
Yeah, they really get it going, and that's what we do on this program. Yeah,
we do, man. Dude, what's going on?
Yeah, what's been? I've been all over the world lately. You've been a little in and out of the area. I'm not usually allowed to leave South Jersey, but when I do, it's an awesome time. But what have you been up to?
Just did some shows in Boston. It was pretty tight.
Nice. Did they let you use the N-word up there? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of a requirement when you get in there.
How were the shows though?
They were good. It was I just did a few. I did two Don't Tell shows, and I did a brewery show. And I was up there. Maddie Peoples was a little birthday weekend.
Ooh, little birthday. But was he wearing a sash?
No sash, just a big dildo in the ass.
Yeah,
He
probably brought out the penis straws and everything.
Penis straws, penis down his throat. He kept it classy.
Yeah,
and but yeah, we hung out and it was a good time and just kind of like. Me and Sam just made a full weekend out of it. Got a babysitter. It was fucking nice.
Got a sitter and you made a weekend out of it. You guys were bar hopping all over the place. I saw Sam Donegan's Instagram.
Yeah, it was good, man. We kind of went all over Boston. We were in like just all the different areas. We were in Southie. We were in downtown. We were in like by Fenway. And like Seaport is where we stayed. But yeah, I actually had a couple of friends come out to some of the shows.
Really?
I did a Don't Tell show on Thursday, and my buddy Steve and his wife came out. My friend Christine from high school came out with her boyfriend, and then Maddie Peoples and all them. We met up for the weekend. And then I just ran into a few comedian friends of mine. Saw Doug Key in the airport.
Ooh, in the Boston Logan Airport.
In hot Doug Key.
Oh,
hottest comic out there. The nicest guy.
Yeah,
love running into somebody at the airport.
Yeah,
that, you just feel like, am I the most well-known guy in the world?
Yeah, that's. Just run into somebody, and then other people see you running into somebody, and they're like, "Who are these guys?" They try and figure out what celebrities.
You feel a little bit famous, even though it's just two local guys.
Especially if you're dressed like you're going to the airport, right? You can wear a hoodie with a hat and some sunglasses on. You look hungover as hell, but they're like, "Who is he trying to disguise himself from?"
Exactly.
If you grew out your hair a little bit more and got like a little bit grayer, I think you could pass off as David Spade.
Really?
Yeah, I think you could.
Well, I'm going gray pretty quick.
He always wears the same type of hats, sunglasses. If you had dark aviators on.
So, these are transitions. So let's get it dark in here.
Yeah.
I saw him on Kill Tony with the dark aviators.
Oh, that's probably why. I just watched that as well. So that's probably where I was thinking I saw that
I
from.
love David Spade too, man. He's
fantastic.
So quick, so funny. But yeah, what else happened? We did the Don't Tell shows. They were pretty fun. Younger audiences at these Don't Tell shows, which is very fun. Don't get me wrong. But just it's like you can kind of get away with like so much more stuff. Like you can talk the way that you talk without having to worry about like, are people going to get, is this too obscure of a pop culture reference or something? Like if you have a joke about, I don't know, just anything in pop culture that's going on today, like all the young people, like you can really just let it go there at the Don't Tell shows, which is a lot of fun. But I'm just not used to that because usually you kind of have to take into consideration that it's a much broader audience, but the Don't Tell shows are very young.
Interesting. Now, are those ones feel like you got to, it's so funny. I just feel like something has changed or shifted society-wise where like a lot of the older crowds, drunk middle-aged people will let you let it fly, and as long as it's not dirty. They like racy, but like if you're starting to talk about pornog and the jizz biz, they don't really like that.
They don't. The older people don't like the sexual stuff as much. Younger people love the sexual stuff,
but they don't like the racy and.
If you even say a race, they think that
they're like, oh shit, yeah.
Like you could be like, my mom's Puerto Rican. They're like, whoa. And they're like, no, that's not a slur. My mom is slur.
Like, I mean, she is Italian. I just call her Puerto Rican. Yeah.
So it's like the older audiences, they don't like the sexual stuff, and the younger audiences are kind of just dumb, to be honest. Like they don't understand. Like sometimes you'll do an edgy joke, and they'll ooh it like the wrong part.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not even why it's offensive.
Yeah.
But they hear buzzwords and they go like, ooh, I think like that's taboo to say.
Yeah.
Even though they're not even listening to the context of what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit like interesting to navigate. And I did feel a little bit of that. Like I do a joke about Caitlyn Jenner, and it's really not even about Caitlyn Jenner. It's about drinking and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do the bit. But as soon as before I even get to the joke, which could be potentially offensive, I just say the Caitlyn Jenner, and they all like get uptight and go like, ooh, I'm like, you don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
Yeah. It can be the most uplifting piece about Caitlyn Jenner, but there's so many of those types of jokes where you talk about something and it's not necessarily punching down on something. It's just they happen to be what you're mentioning, and
I'm like, you don't know what I'm going to say yet.
Yeah.
So that when they get uptight before the punchline even comes, I'm like, what is happening here? Like this is a different thing because you guys are feeling uptight, but like you're anticipating.
Yeah.
Like what's going to happen before it even happens, which is weird.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. Like Boston, definitely very cool comedy town. The comics were all really cool. Similar to Philly for the most part in terms of like the way that shows are run and stuff. Similar, town vibes. Just a much cleaner version and fucking expensive. I'll tell you that. I mean, I haven't spent much time in Boston, but holy fuck, did I lose my fucking boat? Just going out there. And but man, you don't run into one homeless person out there.
That's wild.
We walked all around the city, completely clean. Not one person begging for change. I swear to God, like no exaggeration. Like I was like, Boston might be one of the cleanest cities I've ever walked around in.
That's crazy. Yeah. Now, what was the the rate per capita of drunk people? I feel like it's just a heavy drinking town.
It was fine until I got around Fenway. Like the around Fenway Park, it was all a bunch of like younger college kids that were drunk and in jerseys and trying to be cool and like start fights and stuff like that. Like so that's where it got a little bit dicey for Old Man River me. but everywhere else it was like pretty low key.
That's nice. You don't even think about that sometimes when you leave Philly. Like Philly is still, I think, a top 10 population city in the country, and when you just have that many people, shit just hits the fucking fan.
Yeah.
On top of all of the K&A drug issues going on in Philly, homelessness.
But you walk around Philly now, so many parts of the city you're walking around, you're like, I do not feel safe, especially if you're walking at night. I did not feel that way in Boston really at all.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I literally would come up from the Patco subway in Center City, and when I was going over to do Sonia's thing at 15th and Locust there, ladder 15 or whatever, coming up out of the subway, I feel like I just like came into a war zone. Like there's like shit on fire. There's just homeless people running around. Someone's getting robbed. There's like a carjacking happening, like 2 on the same block. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's literally feels like the apocalypse is happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many homeless people that come up to you. You just feel really sketched out in so many areas in the city now.
Yeah, and I never felt like that. I'm a 6'2" 3/4 white male with some bitch tits, but I've never felt like I was gonna get stabbed or robbed. But mainly because it's like I see a teenager, they scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah, like it's the same way I felt like when we were around Fenway and there was a bunch of college kids. Like we tried to go into a bar, we realized it was very much a college bar. And there's one kid that is like yelling at some security guards. It's like, what the fuck, bro? You want a fucking piece of this? And I'm like, I don't want to get caught in a crossfire here. My wife get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah, because at this point, it's like, why? I don't need to be in a place like, I'm imagining what you were experiencing, like Fido. Do you remember that spot? That bar in Philly?
Been there, done that, and I'm like, man, am I glad that I'm past that point in my life.
Yeah. I think online dating saved me and a lot of other gentlemen from the horrors of having to meet and pick up a wasted chick in a fucking bar.
Yeah, and from kids, too.
Yeah, that's fucking right. Some of us got out a lot for the time being. There's still time to get trapped, for sure. But Yeah, it's I've never been to Boston, so I'll.
Yeah, it was only my second time there. Good time. I don't know if this is my insulin pump.
I don't know what it might not even be getting picked up on the mics. It could be this cord. I don't know.
Put this down here.
Yeah, it might be the computer too. But,
Anyways, let's talk about your suit right now.
Yeah, check out my suit. I got
just a man in his 30s in a wooden bat baseball league.
Yeah, what can you do? I got my old Burlington Dodgers hat on. I threw on a nice blue shirt it was a little chilly out. Got to warm up, keep myself toasty. But I mean, baseball pants. If you don't got a pair of these suckers, go to Dick's and just get yourself some loose baseball pants, and they're better than sweatpants.
But these are from back in the day.
These were my college baseball pants.
Wow.
And
so you're like a bride who still fits in her wedding dress after all these years.
I just put it on and I like twirled around for a few minutes.
Yeah, like still fits.
Yep. Smells like sunflowers.
Sure, my camel toe's showing, but man, I can still catch a grounder.
I could still get down there. I get a little pop fly action
You got
going
Rachel
on.
throwing you pop flies in the backyard.
Yeah.
Come on. We got a fucking game this Saturday.
Come on, get it higher in the air. Where's your fungo at? You remember coaches that would just rip some fucking grounders?
Rachel hitting some fungus to you in the backyard.
Holy shit, no. I don't even think she could pick up a wiffle ball bat, let alone a fungo. Fungos are, man, I feel like a lot of coaches I had growing up were just taking out their aggression at baseball practice. Like, they just hated their fucking lives.
Do you think the most aggressive coaches that you ever had were in baseball?
Football definitely takes the cake on that because it was just a lot more of a physical, like, and you're wearing pads too.
Yeah.
I mean, I wore maxi pads most of the time, but I mean, in football, you at least got shoulder pads on. Coaches would rough you up a little bit, smack you on the helmet, your ears would ring. Baseball, they would definitely get in your face and scream a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like basketball were my less intense coaches.
Basketball, we had some really intense ones, but yeah, I agree. Football,
Yeah,
I guess it all depends. You could have intense coaches anywhere, but football, like, yeah, because it's so physical. I can't imagine getting physical like as a grown adult man or as a dad with a high schooler.
Yeah,
and like being pumped about yourself.
yeah.
Like I had some good coaches, but there was also so many coaches where I'm like, I think just coaches in general. I'm like, I can't imagine carrying this much about.
Something like that. Yeah. Not only kids, but the sport that you used to play 20 years ago.
Yeah.
To then pass it on. Like, who am I to say, yeah, you know what? It would be like you just going up to open micers and being like, let me tell you a little something about this comedy stuff.
And like, as soon as they started giving me pushback, I would go, all right, fuck it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to really try to make an imprint on any of these kids. I'm just going to go, all right, you fucking losers. Like, you'll see.
And that's been my motto
That's why I'd be a terrible coach. But.
That's been my motto since college, at least, is that if it's not court ordered, I rarely care about it. So, there's a lot of volunteer coaches. I feel like the ones I had a football coach in high school. His nickname was Peanut. He was a little African-American gentleman. Played D1 at Nebraska.
Wow.
Running back at Nebraska back in the day. But I didn't know that he was kicked out of school for smoking weed. Like back, I think it was probably in the 80s.
Damn.
So he played in Nebraska for a little bit, but then ends up just coaching high school football a little bit here or there. It was very inconsistent showing up to practice. But one thing I realized later in life was like, you remember when you first started drinking and you're like, you like remember a smell. I don't know how to describe it. Do you like have smells that you come across that you remember from when you were a kid? It's like a hidden nostalgia.
Yeah.
Once I started like drinking beer and malt liquor and stuff, I'm like, where do I know this smell from? I remember from my coaches.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially in basketball and football too. They get right in your face and I'm like, oh my God, their breath stinks. And now I'm just like, no, it just smells like Busch Light. Like they were fucking hitting it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Some of our coaches after games, you just see them walking in with like a couple 30s into the locker room, and they were just sitting there after the game, ready to get fucked up and get hammered.
Oh my God!
I'm like, you guys just yelled at us for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you guys are just getting fucked up after this.
Yeah. But yeah, I playing in the summer league, the RVL baseball league, and. Yeah, I mean, I've just been pretty much pitching. So I'm like, my arm's going to fall off.
Were you a pitcher in high school?
Yeah, up until college, a couple years.
Did you play college baseball?
Yeah, for a couple years.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I played a couple years. And then
Where
after Lebanon Valley, that's where I went to school.
Oh, wow.
D3, we played teams like Ursinus, Widener.
I did not know that. And you were a pitcher?
Yeah, yep. I was a little relief guy, pitched a few innings over a couple years. But
what's your mileage that you're clocking in at these days?
Low 80s, I think.
Really?
Honestly, I went out on the mound, and when I've been throwing the last week and tonight, I was out there throwing. I'm like, holy shit! I don't feel like I'm throwing any slower than I did 8 years ago. It's been 8 years since I played in that league.
Wow.
So I'm like, holy shit! I'm gonna go out there and throw for the first time. My arm's gonna fall off. I was like, last week I was like, I'm not even taking batting practice. I'm not swinging a bat. No fucking way.
Can you hit? Are you a good hitter?
It's if I make contact, I hit like a couple of home runs in high school, but I would whiff or I would hit it.
Yeah. I never hit a home run. God, the electric feeling of that must be incredible.
Mine were just out of the like inside the park, as there was no fence and people would just go running and it could just
Right.
But I got batting practice tonight and went up for 2 rounds and I thought it was doing pretty darn good for not swinging a bat. Put some out into the outfield, hitting bombs, banging moms.
Whoa.
Just old Pat the Bat action.
Pat Burrell.
Man, if you can look up the Pat Burrell, we got to get him on the podcast. I just want to hear his drinking stories.
Fuck yeah.
Where has he been lately? That's my...
He's burling people's moms.
Yeah, burling. That's what would get burled, I think, was the the thing. He had a
That was
reputation.
started by, I think, McKeever made that sketch years ago. Did you ever see that?
That's right. Yeah.
It's like Pat Burrell burled my mom.
Yeah.
And they go through all these people. A bunch of Philly comics in it. It's so funny.
And it's still on YouTube. I watched it a year ago, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's got like millions of views.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I'm out there. I'm like the old guy, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just the old guy on the field. I graduated high school in 2010. And I'm talking to some guys that don't look too young, like compared to me. I think we're all in the same league. And I was like, oh, so like, who'd you go to high school? Where'd you go? What year did you graduate? You're like 2021, 2020. They graduated high school. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. Doesn't that make you feel so fucking old, man?
Because I'm going to be 32 in June. These guys are in their early mid 20s.
I know. We're at that weird age. I just turned 31 this year, and I don't feel old. But then I'm talking like. Actually, when I was at some of the Don't Tell shows, there was a bunch of newer comics that were really young. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like the oldest guy here by like 7 years. And just by the conversations that we're having, the stuff that they're bringing up, I was like, I feel like I'm talking to like some TikTok kid. I feel like I don't fully understand the language. And I'm really feeling how much older I'm getting. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, this is... not so tight as the kids would say. Yeah, no, and I get the same way, especially it's hard for me to show up at we're in prom season now. I can't show up and pretend I'm a high schooler anymore. I'm getting to that age. Yeah. I'm sure you've been hit with the same thing. I mean, at the show I mentioned that I was married. And the audience is like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm 31. It's not that insane. No, it's not. And now it's not like it back, for those like fucking boomer parents like ours were or something where they were married with 3 kids at the age of 24. Like 31 is actually like so completely normal in terms of age to get married. But yeah, but I've been out there on the old baseball diamond. We'll be this summer. Got the lawn care going. We got it all fucking happening. Got some crisp edges outside. Now the pants look good. Pants do look good. Do you think that you'll rock these outside of being on the diamond? Yeah, dude. I'll just wear these around now that I broke them out. I had some like. And your hog doesn't show? No, not at all. I never wore a jock strap either. Playing. Oh wow, just let it hang loose. I just let it fucking hang. No, I was never a catcher. I blinked too much. I could never fucking with a mask on with somebody swinging. Way too much shit going on. You blinked too much. I blinked too much. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, I'm just Callahan out of there. He keeps fucking blinking. Yeah, I'm just fucking. Dude, I do it in the batter's box too. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, when's too late to blink is my thing I'm thinking about. You're thinking way too much about it. If you're thinking about the amount of blinks that you have while you're up there. I'm in the batter's box and I'm thinking about my mortgage interest rate. I'm just like, what the fuck is it at now? I have way too much shit swirling around in my head. Right. Yeah, so... But I'm just up there. I was like, when is he going to... do I have time to blink again? It's a problem. But yeah. I might rock these outside there. I'll be rocking these kicks here too, though. Yeah. I'm surprised I still fit in the cleats. They're falling apart too. Why, you thought your feet were going to keep I thought growing? They were just going to get wider. I thought I had gout by now or something. Yeah, dads, although you're not a dad, but dads, I'm a dad enthusiast. Dad enthusiast, dad culture. Yeah. They do get wide feet. Yeah. I remember if we used to go buy my dad shoes for like Christmas or something, he'd be like, you make sure you got to get wide. Get the ones with the W. You got to get wide. And if you came in with like a nice new pair of shoes, he's like, are these wide? You're like, come on, dude. These are Nikes. I don't know. Dude, that is wide. Like, you rarely see Nikes and Under Armours with a wide on the end of them. Especially in the Under Armour field. I'm a big... He'd be pissed. He'd be like, these aren't fucking wide. They're not. New Balance has a whole fucking line of wide shoes. Yeah, they're really... they got to be one of the most comfortable shoes, yeah. Yeah.
They got nice arch support, and they're great for walking. You know, these New Balances will do some walking on the yard this summer.
Yeah.
I gotta get me a pair of those. But how's your lawn coming? How's the weed control going? Are you framing out more of the basement? What's been happening?
So our weeds were absolutely out of control.
Really?
Took over our front garden. It was embarrassing. Like, we started apologizing to neighbors, but like, yeah, we're gonna take care of this soon. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. And we got somebody to come fix it. My buddy Mike, he does my lawn. He's fucking great.
Shout out, Mike.
Shout out to Mike. Hire him. He came, and I hired him to just redo the whole front garden. Would have loved to do it myself, but I do not have the time.
The time or the energy. Mulching is not not for the weak-hearted or
not for the ill of penis. That's what they say.
Not for the cucks. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, cucks are for the boys. And he said he said he would do it. Came over, did it in a day. So much easier. I'm like, I'm totally willing to pay for that. Looks great. Planted some stuff, mulched it up, cut the grass. We're back in business.
Damn. I just mulched the front. Wasn't much weeds there, but I had to get all of it out, pull out a bunch of shit and mulch it down. And I'm such a fucking cuck now, too. I just got a battery-powered lawnmower. Yeah. I just confirmed it with the battery-powered Ryobi, whatever the fuck it is.
A battery-powered mower?
Well, it's a part of the whole family of Ryobi of 18 volts where I have the same battery for those circular saws, the other ones I have, the weed whacker. They all use the same thing, so I just pop them out.
Run pretty well in the battery?
Yeah.
Really?
18-volt battery. I only needed 2 to do my entire property front and back.
Wow. That probably is the way to go.
It is. It's
rather than having to buy gas all the time.
Gas, and then you got to deal with carburetors and spark plugs and getting different gas and oil changes. Fuck all that.
Yeah, and priming it up and all that stuff.
The whole thing. It's easy to go. It even's got a bag on the back. I now bag the shit up. So yeah, I'm just a lawn care dad, crisping my edges, swinging a bat every now and then. Yeah,
you look good, dude. You look the part.
Yeah,
I think that once you get into your 30s, like getting into a good league, especially a wooden bat league, like that really keeps you motivated, keeps you going. I think it's really important.
Yeah, because now I'm just like, I have to make sure my arm doesn't fall off, so I got to ice myself up and down. I got to walk on the treadmill, do a little jog. I'm out there shagging fly balls,
It's just important for the camaraderie, too. Like, as you start to get older, it becomes sadder and sadder, where you're like, I just do this because I got to keep myself socialized with human beings.
Yeah, and that's a good way to
get you out of the basement.
Get me out of the basement, get out of Rachel's hair. I'll be able to go down, start yelling at an for something.
Everything that you do as you get older is just to somehow remind you to get back to childhood in a way. You're like, why aren't I playing baseball again with my friends?
Yeah. Why aren't I doing whippets under the boardwalk?
Why am I not doing whippets under the boardwalk? Why am I not outside more? Why are boobs good? Why is a rainbow good?
Yeah.
They just are.
Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of seeing rainbows and doing whippets, did Matt, I don't want to out him here, but I gave him...
He is gay.
Yeah,
gay.
I know it. I know it. 28th birthday. I have it on my calendar. April 11th, I believe it was. He finally came.
I walked into the bar and they had the song playing. I'm coming out. I want the world to know that people's gonna let it show. He's gay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I love to hear it. Glad we were able to confirm that here after a little bit of a...
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted us to broadcast it, but it's something he told me in private, and I figure, whenever I find out something, I'm not going to hold that back from our fans and from my podcast partner. Matt is gay, and it's something, we should talk about.
Yeah. Well, we
support it.
Yeah, we do.
Of course we support
we are the largest LGBTQ plus comedy podcast in Camden County.
In Camden County.
Yeah. Now we got some competition down in Cumberland and Salem.
Fucking Cumberland. Cumberland, my ass.
There's a whole bunch of South Jersey news we got to get to in a minute. But what else has been? So we did. I don't know if we've done a podcast since we did the show down in Tom's River, the Garden State Distill.
Yes,
we'll be back there again at the end of May, and Manny Peeps and John Montague and some other fellers are on
Montague.
That one.
I hardly know her.
Yeah, Montague, So we'll be back there, and that was a good time. And then we were just in the AC Beer Fest. The amount of fucking characters. If anybody's wondering or asks themselves, why can't AC just become like one of the other shore towns? What is stopping them from just visit AC in the off season? You could be on the middle of the day and you feel like it's like fucking you're in another country.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
It's bad, man.
It is, and like it could be a good town. That's the problem. Like they got a boardwalk, they got a bunch of shit there, but for whatever
Doing
reason,
nothing with it.
yeah, there's
Well, nobody lives there.
yeah, and if they do, they're not definitely far off the boardwalk or coming in from the mainland. I'm not sure, but inside the casinos and stuff, what a fucking mess.
You know, I wonder what it is, because you have other shore towns, like you have Wildwood, you have Ocean City, you have Sea Isle, and obviously they all have their own stuff, but at least like more people seem to live around those beach towns versus like in Atlantic City. And you would think like, you know, there's a big boardwalk in Atlantic City. They have some, like, is it about the rest? It's got to be just the type of people that live.
yeah.
Like,
The type of people that
I was gonna say,
casinos,
the restaurants, the places to eat, like the stuff to do. But I'm like, they're all kind of the same. I mean, I don't know.
they got some nice restaurants inside the casinos, but unfortunately, I think casinos attract not the best clientele. You got people there putting their kids' college tuition on black, and they're not going to be the highest demographic of people. Unfortunately, I mean, I like going in the casinos, but that's just what it is.
It's also like once you walk off the Atlantic City boardwalk, which the boardwalk is nothing great, but once you walk off there, it's like, what is there to do?
Dude, what there is to do is I had to go in on Saturday night to get a lighter at a liquor store off the boardwalk, and I go in there because we were smoking some stogs, going to get a lighter, and the guy gives me change for it. I had a 10, it was like $3 or something, and I'm walking out with the change in my hand, and he was like, "You better put that away." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Put the change in your pocket. Don't walk out onto that street with money in your hand." I'm like, "Is it that bad here? That's fucking nuts."
Yeah, someone's gonna rob you for 25 cents.
Yeah, I was like, "What? You gonna take my Sacagawea dollar? Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
That's,
take the quarter, boss.
yeah. Oh, that was the other thing too. We played some fucking golf. You want to get out on the links,
Dude, I would love to. I've actually been talking about that. I've been like really getting into golf lately. I mean, I haven't been playing.
Yeah.
But I was watching the Masters, which was pretty exciting.
That's such a dad mode.
I know, dude.
Now, do you watch the Masters for the golf or to see the greens and the care of the grass they take?
That is a huge perk. I mean, you look at those greens; they're immaculate, dude.
Yeah.
You go, how do they keep them this?
Have you ever seen videos of how they do it? It's fucking nuts. That's a little far, but
is it all just fertilizer that's going to give you cancer?
oh, I'm sure there's tons of chemical, but it's just a lot of watering, aerating. They're out there like plugging those fucking holes in the greens, and
Do a lot of golfers get cancer because they spend so much time on those greens?
dude, I don't know how much time.
Like, you know how farmers like that's.
Oh yeah. And like firefighters getting like black lung and stuff because they're in like around fire and like smoke and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That would be interesting, but I mean, John Daly's still kicking.
That's true.
He's smoking cigarettes and drinking Diet Coke, and
Yeah, he's a fucking boss, dude.
yeah, that guy's gonna live fucking forever.
Yeah, it's those guys like that who kind of just never give a fuck that wind up living until they're 99.
Yeah, that's how it always
the way to
is.
be.
You get somebody who's out there doing Ironman competitions, actually giving a shit about their health, and they'll drop dead at 62.
Yeah.
But then you got other people that are like drinking a pack a day or a pack of fucking beer a day, smoking a pack of cigarettes a
You're
day.
like, what's the secret? They're like, pack of cigarettes a day, couple beers, and cheat on your wife. You're like, you heard it here first. If you want to live a long life.
Yeah, that's where you go. That's how you do it. So I think I'm going to take up smoking, and I'm going to be down in Atlantic City.
Yeah, you're already doing the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing everything else but smoking cigarettes, dude. If I smoke every now and then, if I get wasted and I smoke a cigarette, I just I can't fucking hold it in.
Dude, I love
American spirits.
Love an American Spirit. First of all, that definitely is my second choice.
Yeah.
They last forever.
Yeah.
Unless the Americans come in. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But when you haven't had a cig in a while, you
Yeah.
rip one after a couple of beers. Oh, that's nice, dude.
I
Gets me
can't,
fired up.
dude. I can't inhale those things.
I love a good cig. Got to be honest,
I like a nice.
because I never smoke them anymore. So if I have just like one or two
Get the
as I'm
hit.
drinking, every now and again, it's nice.
to get the hits you need, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, that's we got to take back up smoking. We got to do another sketch where we're playing at somebody that smokes a cigarette. Yeah.
Or get out and we can golf and smoke some stogies.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I'm also getting into some
Dude.
stogies. But yeah, I really fucking stink at golf. We actually hit one of those simulators in Boston.
Oh yeah.
They were just like around. I was like, hey, let's try this.
Yeah.
I've never done one before. It's pretty fun, but I'm so bad. But what's cool is you can watch yourself on the monitor, and they show you like a replay after every single swing. That
Oh
you
shit!
take,
From in front of you?
right in front of you.
Oh, fuck.
So like you just watch and you can kind of correct your form and you realize like how you're shooting. And actually helped by the end of it. I was like actually making solid contact.
That's
because
nice.
I could just watch myself in real time.
Yeah.
And fix your swing. So I would love to get out there, dude. But
Dude, we played just 9 holes.
who'd you play with?
Old Jimbo Slice
Jimbo
and Gareth.
Slice?
Yeah,
Garth.
They were on the show. I drug
Garth
those.
Sharp.
Yeah, I drug those fellers into this show. We went to North Carolina together in December. Did those shows. Then we just did these in AC. So one of these days we're gonna get on a hot one.
One of these days, these boots are made for walking.
And oh my God, I took 2 edibles while hitting weed pens.
What is with you? Just fucking tossing edibles down your gullet, man.
I did it after my set on the beginning of the 11 o'clock show. By the end of that show, I was seeing fucking stars.
Yeah.
And by stars, I mean
You're playing 4 hours of golf in the sun. Too.
Yeah. Oh man.
You think that would catch up to you?
Oh, I didn't think so, but we walked into different things. I started drinking gin in clubs. We were doing shots of tequila. By like 3:30 in the morning, we were sitting at a casino bar.
Where'd you guys sleep over at?
All Garth's parents have an AC house.
Whoa!
Back in a nice HOA community near the aquarium.
Oh, that's what's up, Garth. Get me in there, dude.
3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Let's do that again. Like, let's all go out to golf and go sleep at Gary's parents' place.
We should set up a weekend and do it.
Fuck yeah!
So anybody that wants to join us, let us know. If you made it this far into here and you've been following, you deserve to come. We're gonna have a South Jersey bad boy. We could record down there. It's that.
Oh
nice
my god!
house.
Yeah, we'll have Jim and Gary on.
Yeah, we'll do it down there.
Fuck it. Me and Gary will bring our babies.
Yeah. Actually, you know where he's right next to? He's right next to the High Roller, which is a fishing charter that goes out of the bay right there in AC. It's like $30 or $40 for 4 hours, bait included, and a rod, and they bait it up for you. You don't got to do shit.
Love a rod.
Yeah, love a nice stiff rod on an AC.
Yeah, you don't even need the bait on a rod for you to like one.
Oh no, not at all. Just sit right on that. No,
no lubricant.
No lubricant or
right on there.
No fishing license required to catch that big one. And you go out in the bay for 4 hours, BYO. You can just bring a cooler and get fucked up. And I think we should play golf, do that. We'll just have a good old time. And
let's plan a day. I'm totally down.
We're gonna do that, and everyone else is invited to. And
Sam, sorry, do you mind watching Jack? I need to get fucking hammered and go fishing and golfing with.
That's the key.
While Dan does edibles all day.
Oh my god, dude! I was sitting there and I couldn't even. It's not that things were spinning. It's that like the walls were breathing and like things were just moving everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Are you sure you were not on mushrooms?
I definitely was not. I was not this time. It was just
because you've been known to toss those down your gullet every now and again too.
Dude, I'm like a fucking pelican flying over seawater with some mullet in the water. Yeah,
I'm like an Amsterdam pelican. Just picking up drugs left and right, shoving them down your gullet.
Flying through red light districts. Oh, there was a prostitute that approached us in the casino on the floor.
Really?
She wanted to have a hooker party for $300.
My God, how much you pay her?
No, she wanted $300 an hour. I said, all I got is $5. What'll that get me? And
she just flicked your dick.
Yeah, she just flicked me right in the tip. Yeah,
worth it.
And then I came, and I honestly I thought I hope it was as good for her as it was for me. Her name was Tanya.
I hope she got off.
Yeah. So definitely,
you flicked her bean right back.
Yeah, I did. And, man, that was fucking hard as a rock. Yeah, that bean was like a Ram 1500, just like. Yeah.
When I did the roast of Aunt Mary Pat, Tata was on it, and I said, when Tata masturbates, it's called flicking the bean, bag chair.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Love Tata. Shout out.
Oh, speaking of fires, not fires, Atlantic City. There's a fire going on right now in Atlantic City.
Currently now,
firefighters are battling a blaze in the Atlantic City boardwalk.
Let's check this out.
Let's check this shit out. Oh, wow.
What caught on fire there? Is that the...
It looks like a billboard because, of course, there's a massive billboard on the Atlantic City boardwalk. What?
That's got to be a man-made fire, right? Somebody just lit that shit up.
It would be hilarious if that was an AC Jokes billboard and that's how they got attention, is they started a fire and then it's on the news.
You got to go viral somehow.
That's a Better Call Saul move right there.
Wow, so... oh, yeah, I saw that episode.
Oh, look at this.
I wonder if it got like struck by lightning or something.
Do you think that's a prostitute or a midget hooker? What is going on there? You usually don't see families on the AC boardwalk.
Yeah, it might just be a child.
Yeah. The sex trafficking is getting out of control.
I know it sounds crazy. Whoa. Did they have any speculation as to how this started?
No, it's under investigation. No injuries reported. It was at the Central Pier near Tennessee Ave, right near where we just did the shows at.
Shit.
Holy shit! And that's where they're doing a show tonight.
You better have an alibi, my friend.
I better. Yeah, we got old Codith is down there and Jeffrey. I think. Yeah, but we got a whole bunch of Shoretown related. Speaking of, this is where I was going to say. Speaking of fires. Another fire going on. This is on the Garden State Parkway, right outside of Ocean City. The Ocean City School District bus. Flames are engulfed on a school bus in South Jersey. The bus driver is hailed as a hero for their quick actions. Look at the fire of that school bus.
How the fuck did this catch on fire?
I was going to say, how did they get the school bus driver labeled as a hero when they dropped their cigarette to drop this entire fire?
No way. Is that really how it started?
I wish it was. They just said how frightening it was and how it was a lady school bus driver that got all the kids off safely. That could definitely be worded in a better way, but definitely got the kids off of the school bus in a safe manner, and no one was injured. Everyone said that we
smelled it and saw it, so we got off. It was all fast. Sounds like my Friday night.
Yeah, man, your Friday nights are on fire too. Mine just
smelled it, we saw it, we got off.
Man, my Friday nights are usually, I feel like they're on fire, but that's just my flare-ups happening.
Oh yeah, well, it happens every now and again.
Yeah.
Old City School District officials say the students are from the intermediate school and we're heading home to Sea Isle City.
Heading home to Sea Isle City. Yeah, 10 students. Imagine 10 students on that bus. Holy shit. Now, where on a bus did you sit? Were you in the... Holy fuck, the whole front half of this bus is on fire.
Yeah, so is there any speculation as to how this happened? They just explode in the...
Under investigation by the fire marshals?
What? They have no idea how the school bus just randomly catches fire. Either the engine just combusted,
yeah,
or how do you have no idea?
Yeah, and school buses have always thrown me for a loop because... I have never been on a brand new school bus, right? Like, how many miles do these things have on them, and how old are they? Like, is every single one just waiting to burst into flames?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're surprised that not more of these are just bursting into flames. Like
you ever get on a really nice school bus seat where like the springs are so fucked up and you could bounce on that fake leather seat up and down, and it's just like...
I've never really been on a nice school bus. They're all dog shit.
Yeah, those are the ones.
As soon as the kids get in them, after like a year, those things are just ruined.
Yeah, they're just covered in drool and jizz, and then it's just, let's just keep them going.
Yeah, just hand job galore back there.
Yeah. Dude, I was behind a school bus a couple weeks ago, and there was a kid on the back, like waving out the back window, and I was always that kid in the back of the bus.
Of course you were.
Because kids in the back of the bus are up to no fucking good. If they're trying to play nice with you and get you to wave, then they're just going to make fun of you for being the fucking dork that waved at the kid on the bus.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to kids waving at me on the bus.
That's the other thing.
Like, I don't want to flip them off.
Yeah,
because you can't be a guy that gets angry.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to acknowledge them. But what do you do?
That's the terrifying part. And teenagers, it was a high school bus I was driving behind, and I was like, no, there's no fucking way that I'm waving to a teenager. That just spells trouble for me, and I'm already on probation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's like a guy begging for change. You just got to kind of not make eye contact and just kind of keep it moving.
Yeah. So, I mean, school buses catching on fire. What can you do? Outside of Ocean City, Atlantic City's burning into the ground. So, couple other things happening over here. Did you see the dead whale in LBI?
A lot of dead whales this year.
Yeah, and that's not just the fat chicks down in Vineland. Yeah, this is we got legitimate humpback whales washing up on shore. This was the first whale death
LBI.
On LBI, right in Beach Haven, I believe. No, Long Beach Township.
Hang on a second. This the Standing Center's website said this was New Jersey's first whale death of the year, following 14 in 2023.
Now, they say it's the first whale death of the year, 14 last year. Let's be honest. There was more than 14 whales that died in 2023.
But are they saying in New Jersey?
Yeah, like washed up on shore that they saw.
Well, that seems like a lot.
It is, and it's a growing number, and these are becoming hot news pieces because they now have to release the cause of deaths for these whales because of all the offshore wind power things that are going.
So they think it could be something to do with... They're like...
Yeah. Well, they're
not saying it's a homicide.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they are. They continue to say that the people that are blaming these whale deaths on the offshore wind farming, they say it's a big conspiracy, that it's not true, but... I think that's why they were releasing these cause of deaths. But look at this cause of death. It's a 25-foot juvenile, so not even full grown
Jesus.
whale.
Probably smoking crack.
The director of the center that was looking into it said the whale was found to have bruising around the head, fractures of the skull and vertebrae, dislocated ribs, and a dislocated shoulder.
Like, was this whale raped?
This whale was either raped or got jumped. It was like,
oh my god!
This whale got beat to an oblivion outside of a bar in Long Beach Township.
Probably by another whale.
These injuries are consistent with blunt force trauma. So he's hitting that blunt hard down there. These marijuana laws.
Wow.
Yeah, but what could possibly happen to a whale out in the water to get such blunt force trauma? And that's why people are like, yeah, it's probably running into a wind farm or it's getting hit by a ship.
Well, didn't we read a recent article that there was a guy that was keenly observing some humpback whales doing some activities where it was a non-consensual whale activities.
Non-consensual humpback whales.
Blunt force trauma.
Yeah,
sounds like this could have been that whale sighting.
This whale's
that we read about.
This whale's face was pushed into the pillow and just told to fucking take it. Yeah,
God.
Damn. And it was a male too, so male on male crime here. This is a great quote, though, when they were talking about these skeptics of conspiracy theories. They were comparing it to the COVID-19 pandemic. They said, blaming all these whale deaths on entanglements and ship strikes is reminiscent of the phenomenon 4 years ago in which every death was a COVID death, no matter how old or sick the patient was.
Yeah, blaming all these deaths on entanglements. What is this, Jada Pinkett Smith?
These whales ain't got no hair either.
Keep my whale out your fucking mouth.
Yeah. The whale basically is fucked up. They don't know what happened to it, and there's conspiracy theorists versus a bunch of hippies trying to grow wind farms. So, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this story and see how it develops and see what other whales get caught in the crossfire out in the water. Man. You would think these intelligent creatures would be able to fucking get out of the way of a barge, but maybe I'm a little ignorant on the topic.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't imagine seeing a giant whale like up close on the shore.
Yeah, and they could explode too. Did you ever see those happen?
I've I've seen some vids.
Their gas like just starts ballooning out, and they could just explode there. But I wouldn't be opposed to putting a stick of dynamite in some blubber and seeing what happens.
Right. You're sick.
Yeah,
but sick son of a bitch.
We're pretty soon going to be coming up on concert time here in New Jersey. You got a lot of shore concerts on the beach. You got the old Tweeter Center still doing some stuff down there. Of course. Unfortunately, Jimmy Buffett won't be there this year, so no more parrot heads, but I'll still fucking show up.
Yeah, you'll have the gear.
Yeah, I'll go to I want to go to a Kiss concert. You ever see those guys?
I would love to see those Jewish guys rock out, dude.
Rock out with their tongues out?
Fuck yeah.
Hell
dude.
Yeah. Dude, all their songs are just
Geniuses.
about fucking.
Yeah. Banging 16-year-old girls, right?
Were they?
I don't know, but I feel like they have a song about that. Damn. I might have just made that up, though.
That's Dancing Queen. Young and Sweet, only 17.
Only 17.
Which is kind of an odd song if you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Do you ever play back the lyrics of Dancing Queen?
There's, over and over again as I loudly sing it in my car.
Yeah, dude. It's, I got to pull.
What else we got on here? I saw you got something about Donnie T, our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior, Donnie T, and I'm going to work my way back to the Dancing Queen lyrics. I was asking about those summer concerts because old Donnie T is going to be packing the beach in Wildwood
Donald.
May 11th. Donald.
You son of a bitch. I mean, wow. I mean, he knows his target audience.
He does. Dude, where better place for Trump to have a rally?
No way he comes to Wildwood.
Dude,
no way.
They made the announcement yesterday with Van Drew, I think Jeff Van Drew.
Imagine the amount of trash that is going to show up on the Wildwood Beach for a Trump rally. I mean,
holy shit.
The breed of people that would look like would be absolutely insane.
You know, it would be fantastic though. The T-shirt shops on the boardwalk.
Oh my God,
they're gonna be printing T-shirts from now until this happens in 3 weeks nonstop.
Oh my God, dude, let's just start making slogans now. Put them on some T-shirts and just set up a booth out there. Just T-shirts that say like "Release the emails." Yeah. They'll fucking sell out in a second.
Lock the bitch up. Yeah, they're just, and they don't even need to be creative anymore. It's just lock her up.
Grab him by the pussy. Just
Classic.
Stick with the classic lines.
Stick with the hits. And all this stuff is just shit that he said because he's basically a comedian. I mean, he's throwing shit out there
He's so funny, man.
So they could just take those things. It's usually very just simple across the board. Just fuck this, fuck Joe Biden, put all this stuff on there. So yeah, they're going to be selling out. We should create some t-shirts and put our logo somewhere in the middle.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's got to be an insane thing to watch. There's no way that he's going to step foot on the beach of Wildwood.
Could you imagine old Daddy Trump taking off his loafers and setting those dogs in the sand?
His red tie just hitting the sand.
Man, holy shit. Sits down in one of those...
it's a beautiful beach.
Sits down in... What are those Tommy Bahama chairs?
Yeah.
Sits in one of those with his balls touching the sand below it.
Yeah. Just in a floaty.
Yeah.
Giving a speech.
Yeah.
You're all trash. Please vote for me.
It's so funny he's going to Wildwood and not AC.
I know, where he has the casinos.
Yeah, or where he had the...
That's why I'm like, I don't believe... I mean, it's in the the very reliable Courier Post, but I have a hard time believing that this is going to happen. This might be hearsay.
They sent out a save the date. A presidential
Really?
seal.
I must have missed mine.
Yeah. I didn't get one either.
Did they know I used to work at the Dairy Queen on the Wildwood Boardwalk? I mean, probably not.
Damn. You're going to get in there and they're just going to get...
What a weird town to target, too, because it's like a pretty small town to hit. Like if you're doing a tour across America, like let me hit this local beach town.
Yeah. It looks like it's mainly a big push for this guy Van Drew for Congress.
So when is the election happening again? I know I'm dumb, but...
So am I. I think... Oh, wait. No, it's 2024 now, so it's in November. There's a presidential, and there's probably a bunch of local elections and stuff, too.
So we're going to vote for our next president this November?
Yeah. Yep. And so memory card got full. Don't know where he left off, but Daddy Trump is coming to Wildwood. May 11th.
So the election is happening this November.
It is. Apparently it's happening.
You going to get out there and are you going to vote, you think?
Throw around some votes. I might put 5 in somewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is New Jersey a state where you need to show ID to vote? I forget.
I'll be honest with you. I've never voted. So
Yeah, I don't
I'm not
know.
Sure.
This could be a podcast of us just trying to figure out the answers to basic questions about voting.
How do you vote? Call in and leave us a message.
Yeah, let us know. 856-617-4626. Tell us who you voted for the last few years. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
And this is now we can go ask all the old people working the election booths. My mother does that.
Does she?
Gets paid a couple hundo a day to work a voting booth all day long.
Oh, so we could definitely float in some extra votes. We got an inside person.
Yeah, we got an inside job. I'll admit to voter fraud right now.
Lisa.
Yeah, she's going to be hitting it hard. She's probably just sitting there helping people cast ballots and slide into DMs of everybody on Instagram. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She's been sliding in the South Jersey Bad Boys DMs.
All the fucking time.
Hearting all of our clips that we put out. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, even though it's the stuff of her son saying the most foul things imaginable. But
Yep. Well,
so yeah, Trump getting his dogs in the sand down in Wildwood of what's left of it.
yeah, what do you think he looks like on a floaty in the Wildwood water?
Dude, he probably gets fucking burnt to a crisp. Once that self tanner comes off,
Yeah.
he's got to be whiter than I am
Right.
out there. You know he's not putting on suntan lotion.
How many push-ups do you think he can do right now?
I think he's got 5 in him.
Because obviously, you know, when you're comparing him and Biden, like, unfortunately, the comparison right now is just like, okay, who's less dead? And like, so Trump is like murdering him in that regard because they're like,
Yeah.
this guy's literally been dead for 4 years. But Trump is still old as shit and not in great shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder how many push-ups he could knock out. I mean, obviously more than Biden. He's dead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're both right around there age-wise, and I know, doesn't Trump take a bunch of uppers? What does he take? Not Adderall, something else
I
close
think just
to it.
Diet Cokes. He's just crushing.
Have you ever had a Diet Coke like midday on a weekday? I get a fucking bolt of energy.
DC on an empty stomach, dude, might as well be cocaine.
Yeah, dude. I take that after some espresso. You know, it gets pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. Who could do more push-ups or who could do more cocaine? Let's see which one of them really gets ramped the fuck up.
They're both, I think, wired right now on
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. I would love to find out what their
They got
cocktail
people.
is.
They got people pumping them full. Yeah, it's a nice nice cocktail of not so much Ambien, but some Percocets might be thrown in there.
Yeah.
They got to take the edge off a little bit and get
Yeah.
out there and do a rally in front of Wildwood people. Could you imagine getting on a stage in front of a beach full of people in Wildwood?
Yeah, I can imagine. That's on my vision board. So,
what would you be more impressed with, the view or the smell?
oh man, I think I would like the view. I'd like to see regrettable tattoos, bad tans, roided out guys like that are still, just kind of like Jersey Shore style, juiced out.
Now, what type of sagging do you see the most in the Jersey Shore? Sagging tattoos or saggy tits?
A lot of saggy tits.
A lot of saggy tits with saggy tattoos on the saggy tits.
Saggy tits with saggy tattoos and saggy skin on top.
On top of that, such saggy skin that they could use the skin as an ashtray and not even feel it.
Yeah.
Like, they can just put it out right there.
Saggy skin like it's like Santa Claus's bag that he throws down the chimney.
Yeah. Like that, or you might be able, it'd be tough to differentiate like Aunt Debbie on the beach and that fucking dead whale out there with this
Aunt
blubber.
Debbie's tits look like an actual nutsack.
A nutsack is a good way to put it. Yeah. Or that part of the whale that we see right here that is whatever they call that part, the
humpback,
the wrinkly part in there.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of their foreheads.
Holy shit, that does look like their foreheads. Here's a little bit of a breakout here. Look at those bristles.
Yeah.
Damn,
Is that the penis?
No, I want to ask, what does that mouth do? But
just ask it, baby.
Oh wait, can you see the? Oh no,
ask it.
You can't see the old penile.
That huge red rocket is not the.
Might be down there, dude. We've watched a lot of whale rockets on this
videos
podcast
these days.
Yeah, they just keep on washing up dead. Fuck. I mean, if I could go out anywhere, it would definitely be on a beach in LBI. That's for sure.
Yeah, spread your ashes in LBI.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up
Wrong
another story
Boner
here.
Island.
Boner Island does kind of look like a boner a bit, huh? I've seen a lot of chubs on Nardies down there. You ever go to Nardies in is that Long Beach Township or is that Beach Haven?
Doesn't matter.
It's a fucking dive bar.
What else we got here?
Oh, local reference Callahan strikes again. This is a story here. My husband's groomsmen gave us the most disgusting wedding gift. Everyone's laughing, but I'm in shock. Now,
all right, so this is on.
This is from the New York Post.
New York Post. All right.
So this is a story about a real yappy wife, really setting the tone. Pretty straightforward here with their marriage right from the get-go. She's pissed at one of his buddies making a funny. Have you ever had a buddy that make a goof? And
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen at your wedding.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you drop a different type of hard R in a best man speech, and everybody remembers it.
Oh yeah.
And this guy basically gave his buddy, the groomsman, a fucked up gift. Now you tell me how you would react to this. The gross out gift giver. That they call him. The wife says that this is the grossest gift and she cannot even fathom it on her kitchen table. She revealed that he had gifted them a paperweight made of glued toenails. A paperweight is a hell of a gift.
Of his own toenails?
It gets even better, dude. And she said a literal aged yellow nail fell off onto my floor.
I'm going to throw up.
One of my husband's groomsmen was always giving me creepy vibes. I opened the gift and I'm besides myself. The gross out gift giver left a special note in the wrapping. To my favorite couple, your husband was such a gross dude in college, he always left his clipped nails all over the dorm. Which, that's fucking hilarious, right? It's really, I thought it was a pretty good gift, right? You go down and he keeps saying, guess who has been collecting them for 8 years, almost as long as you two have been dating, he admitted. I added in some of my own. And
my God.
I formed them into a brick structure. The hardness is because I included concrete glue.
Yeah, thanks for breaking that down, pal. This isn't an episode of how we made it. Oh my God. Somebody called Chris Hansen.
I would love to see this gift on Is It Cake? Is it cake or is it a tower of 8-year-old toenails?
Yeah. On your next episode of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah. Groomsman shows up to a wedding and gives a gift of toenails. So the gift ended with saying, or the note said, now your husband won't be able to forget this old days. You will be the only bride in the U.S. that has a fingernail paperweight. And
I like how he tried to say it in a cute way, where he goes, "You know, your husband is a really gross guy and used to leave his toenails all over the place. Guess who's been collecting them for 8 years? Almost as long as you two have been dating."
He tried making fun of his buddy. Like, this guy was such a gross piece of shit. He would clip his toenails.
Can you believe that? Well, guess what?
Anyway, I've been picking them up off the floor with my tongue. I've been gluing them together for years now. And
Ew.
Could you imagine what an 8-year-old toenail looks like? Like the yellow, like death coming off that?
Can you imagine every single day this guy going out into the hallway and going, "Ooh, for my collection," and like just putting them in a Tupperware container? Like, oh my god, that is pretty genius.
If I were to collect toenails anywhere, I would keep them in a shirt pocket, like a breast pocket, right up here. That's where they belong.
Oh my god.
Can't put them in your back pocket. Threatened of sitting on them and crushing them, right? You got to put them up here. Now, I thought this was a very thoughtful gift.
Very thoughtful. I mean, it's creative. You know, I'm not a great gift giver, but this is something that's a good idea to kind of keep in mind for the future.
Yeah, it is something you can always go to if you know anybody that does that. Of course, the bride is pissed.
Hope you guys enjoy the laugh. Happy for you. Congrats.
Hope you enjoy the good laugh. Holy shit. I hope you enjoy the restraining order, buddy.
Happy for you. Congrats.
I can't wait to see what the housewarming gift is.
My God. Honestly, I'd throw it out, send a thank you for the gift card, thank you note, and leave this disgusting pig to wonder what the fuck happened to this prank. Wow.
That's a level of petty you almost have to admire. I don't think it's really petty. I thought it was very thoughtful.
Yeah, it's definitely thoughtful.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, what do you think future gifts from this guy is going to be? Like, if they, like, for a housewarming,
I think
for
it's going to
example.
be his roommate's head. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Thinking of you guys. Anyways, congrats.
Unfortunately, there's no picture to go with this. That's the one thing that I'm missing out on as well.
Yeah, I wonder if this is made up, but it's in the New York Post, a very reputable company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just can't wait to be like, hey, do you remember when your now husband used to jerk off in the bathroom and did all those tissues? Well, guess who took the trash out every week?
Yeah. Guess who's been collecting them?
I glued them all together with my own. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some serial killer shit, man.
That really is.
Have you ever done anything that creepy?
No, I can't say anything foot related. I'm so glad that I'm not one of these people that has a foot fetish nowadays.
I would totally admit to it, but God, am I out on feet? Like it's never even.
No.
It's never even crossed my mind.
No, neither have I.
The feet. I try to hide them at all costs. I used to be a sneakers on the beach guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I've invested in one pair of flops now, strictly just for the beach. But otherwise, I would wear socks and sneaks onto the beach.
Hell yeah. Damn, and you didn't get bothered by the sand in the shoes?
Sure, I did, but it was about principle. I'm not taking my dogs out anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
It's just it's not ladylike.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I always hated when it got in my crevices in my vagina, but I always wore slides. I was a slides and socks kind of guy.
Yeah.
It was real ghetto trash. You use slides, or are you one of the things that puts the shit between your toes?
No, yeah, I used to do slides.
Yeah, I still do that.
Now I got a regular pair of flops.
I got that and boat shoes. Nice pair of knockoff Sperry's from Marshall's.
Yeah,
know?
I could see you with that.
Yeah, $17.95. That's all I need. They have the fake Sperry's logo on it. Looks great. They last for about a year. Yeah, it's
so you stink them up and give them to me for Christmas.
Yeah, they're gonna be your next gift here.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta end on this with the lyrics from this song. I don't know if you've looked at the lyrics to Dancing Queen recently.
No.
But let's just get into the chorus real fast because I just want to get right to the part. Leave him burning, then you're gone. Look out for another. Anyone will do. You're in the mood for a dance, and when you get the chance, you're the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Where are this girl's parents? And she's out clubbing in a disco in the 70s?
That's what you do as a teenager, man. You're young and you're a dancing queen. You get out there and you don't tell your parents.
Yeah, digging the dancing queen.
Feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love a good tambourine. Is there
you can
anything?
dance, you can jive. Whoa.
Oh, careful.
Careful, jive turkey.
Yeah, can't say that word these days much anymore, but yeah, you read a lot of these lyrics. This was an original pop song that, like, I feel like this could be a Beyonce song that has the same words just over and over and over. It's not
great song though.
It is a great bop.
I mean, if this comes on, don't act like you don't want to just dirty dance your way into a man's arms.
Yeah, I would do that so fast. Who's that? Patrick Swayze? Is that the feller?
Swayze, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Play the right music, get in the swing. You come to look for a king. Anyone could be that guy.
Short King.
Yeah, Short King Spring. Here
Night
we
is
go.
young, the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything's fine.
You're in the mood for a dance and you get the chance. Yeah. I don't know if anybody going into clubs or discos these days are looking for a king. Most guys in there hanging at the bar in a club are kind of creeps these days, aren't they?
Well, you would know better than anybody.
Yeah, I've been on just this past weekend, I would say. Yeah. Definitely some sketchy fellers in there.
You are the dancing queen. Here we go. Young and sweet, only 15. Okay, lowering it. That's alarming.
He's 17. Well, back then the drinking age was probably 18, wasn't it?
No, it was probably still 20.
No,
I mean,
I don't know.
They flipped it for like a year or two, but
no,
it was a short window.
Dude, it was 18. This came out in 77. I think the drinking age in the U.S. in the 70s was 18.
You might be right.
I don't know,
But
though.
it was only for a couple years. It was definitely during our parents' era, so the 70s would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that would add up. But yeah, we jive turkeys on here, dancing and jiving with the 17-year-olds. Can't do that these days either. What a fucking travesty.
Well, what do you got going on coming up, bro?
What do I got coming up besides a baseball schedule? Then we got that another show in Tom's River at the Garden State Distillery. That's a jumping spot. It's a Wednesday night. We got some more Moose shows coming up as well. Got stuff cooking. Old Moose, Lindenwald, June 15th. That's a ways out, but that's there. This Saturday is in East Brunswick at the VFW. Norristown next Saturday, and then May 5th I'll be down at the Broad Street Run, just hanging out, taking in the sights and sounds of Old South Philly during a marathon.
All right.
What do you got cooking?
Not much coming up. I just got some local gigs with Conklin the next couple weekends, so keep an eye out for those. I'm actually going to be hitting the road a little bit, doing a couple festivals. I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia for the Red Clay Comedy Festival. I'm very excited for that. Some really cool headliners that I'm fans of: Paul Verzi, Bobby Kelly. Excited to hopefully get to meet those fellas. But I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, May 9th, 10th, and 11th. If you guys are out there, come on out. Let's party, dude. It's going to be fun. And then I'm going to be back in Rhode Island. Let's see, May 23rd, 24th, May 23rd, 24th. I'll be in Brooklyn the 25th. I got to head back. I'm opening for pal Rachel Williams, her show in Brooklyn. And then actually, I went all out of order here, but May 21st, 22nd, I'll be at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia hosting some shows for the Rudick siblings. They're super funny. Worked with them last year. They're gracious enough to have me back. But anyways, just follow me on Instagram, Brendan Down to Gay Comedy. I'll be posting about those. But check me out if you're in the area in Atlanta and Rhode Island. Should be fun.
Hell yeah. We'll do it up. We're going to keep... Man, our thighs are getting nice and tight here.
I know, dude. I'm fucking juiced out.
Yeah, we're so juiced. Get juiced with us. Tell us what's in your ass this week. 856-617-4626. Hit up the hotline. We'll see you next time.
Peace.